You know that feeling when you receive your salary and then you feel like a billionaire and then boom, rent, bills and everything, and now you're back to being broke. I totally understand it. Like, I have been there one too many times. I understand how it feels. Don't worry, I'm not here to judge you because I've been there too. But let me tell you something. How you handle small money is how you are going to handle big money. Like, a lot of people think, oh, if only my salary was bigger, if only my salary was higher than that, then I could save, I could do this, I could do that. But if you cannot handle 50k, if you cannot manage 50k right now, you cannot manage 500k. That's just a fact. That is how money works. So in today's video, we are going to talk about why you are always broke and how to fix it. So mistake number one on why you are always broke is because you are always trying to keep up with the Joneses. Yes, I understand. Social media is the ghetto. Like, in minutes you are already living your life, you are contented, and then the next you are convinced that you need a luxury bag because somebody somewhere just got it and you like it. It's totally your vibe. But then what you don't understand is that person might be getting it on credit. They might be getting it through means that you don't know about. They might be getting it, because they can afford it. But can you? It's about time like you're honest with yourself. There's no crime in being honest about where you are financially. You do not have to fake it to make it. Like, especially when it comes to your finances, you need to like put your head in the game, because at the end of the day you are going to be the one that is going to bear the brunt of it. So if you are not making a conscious decision about how you handle your money, you're going to end up in debt and you're going to be always broke. So you need to be honest with yourself, focus on your financial journey and not what Instagram is telling you to be. Okay, fine, you do not have this luxury bag even though it's trending, so what? They can afford it and you can't, you'll be fine. The second mistake that I see a lot of people making is not paying themselves first. I already talked about this on my Instagram. A lot of people get paid and the first thing they think about is, oh, my rent is due, my bed is, I need to change my bed, I need to do this, I need to do that, electricity bill, water bills. They want to get those sorted immediately, but you need to pay yourself first. Now, this is when this 50-30-20 rule comes in, but we're not going to go into that in this video. But when I mean pay yourself first, I mean like you need to have a particular percentage that you are going to be saving out of your salary. So if that is 20% of your salary every month, immediately you're going to remove that 20%. Then you spend the remaining. You're not going to spend your salary first. Then it's a little change that you're investing. You need to first invest, like remove your savings out of it. That is what they mean by paying yourself first. So say for example, I'm receiving a 200,000 salary and I want to be saving 20% out of my 200,000 salary. Immediately I get paid, instead of me thinking about, oh, I want to get data, I want to do this, I want to do that, first thing I will do is to remove that 20,000 naira from my 200,000. Then I put it in a separate account that will be my savings account, or maybe a high interest savings account like the likes of PiggyVest, KRS. Then is the remaining 180,000 that I am going to like spend. That is when I remove my rent, electricity bills, data bills and everything. So that is a lot of mistake I see a lot of people make. A lot of people would receive that 200,000 salary, then start paying rent, doing everything, and at the end of the day the only thing left might be like 2,000, and that is what they want to save. That is not enough. That is not enough. So no matter how much you're making now, start small. Think about it in percentage. Oh, I can afford to save 10% out of my salary, I can afford to save 5%, I can afford to save 20%. Then immediately you're getting that money, remove that particular percent. Just think of it like tithes. Immediately you're getting a salary, you're removing your tithes. So let that also be the same way you are treating your savings. Tip number 3 on why you're always broke and the financial tip and how to fix it. Mistake number 3 that I see a lot of people making is not having an emergency fund. Yes, like I know a lot of people that do not save for rainy days. Say life crisis happen, or life scenario just happens now, they will have to borrow money, which is really not good. You need to have like an emergency plan. And what do I mean? Emergency plan is like money that you saved up somewhere that you're not going to touch unless it's an emergency. So this is quite different from your regular savings. Maybe, okay, your usual spend for a month is like 100,000. You need to have like maybe 300,000 start up somewhere that is going to be like emergency money. Like life just happened, this is my go-to before I need to start borrowing money, because anything can happen at any time. You might lose your job, your car might break down, your phone might decide to like develop a fault, anything can happen. So you need an emergency fund, and you don't have to like put pressure on yourself. It is something that you can always save towards. Like maybe budget like 10% towards your emergency fund every month, or maybe 5%, like that. Just start small, and with time you'll see that you will build your emergency fund. Like, you don't have to wait till you have big money. And I know a lot of people be like, no be who chop, they save, but it is really how you think about money. It's all about the mindset. Even if you are receiving 5,000 as salary, I know it's small, but just let us say 5,000. Like, even if it is 200 naira that you can save in your emergency fund from that 5,000, it is going to like make sense at the end of the day, because obviously compound interest, and also it's going to like gradually compound, that is going to make sense at the end of the day. So if 3 months sounds overwhelming for you, you can always start at 1 month. Like, yes, it does not have to be at once, just save towards it. Like, every month save towards it. So you need to have like an emergency plan. That is how you stop being broke. Mistake number 4 that I see a lot of people making is getting into bad debt. See, now there are 2 different type of debt. There is good debt and there is bad debt. Good debt is the debt that helps you make money. Maybe you are borrowing money in order to make money. Maybe invest in a business that is going to yield in a particular month or something. That is good debt. Bad debt is the debt that is not going to pay you. It's just debt that is going to yield interest over time, or it's not going to make money at the end of the day. So bad debt is what takes more money from you than it gives. So you need to know when to take on debts, like, and how to manage them. So you need to be able to differentiate between good debt and bad debt. Mistake number 5 that I see a lot of people making is not planning for their money. If you don't plan for your money, you're just going to end up spending your money on frivolous things, and at the end of the day, you're going to wonder, what did I even spend this thing on? And it's not going to make sense. So this is where the 50-30-20 rule comes in. When I say 50 goes into your needs, 30 goes into your wants, and 20% goes into your maybe savings / investment. So you need to budget your money around that. Like, okay, 50% is going to go towards my everyday needs, or my monthly needs, or my daily needs, and then my 30% is going to go into like, oh, my wants. Oh, I want to get a new bag, I want to get a new shoe. Then 30% of my salary is going to go to that. Then 20% needs to go into like your investments, your savings. But if you are just going to like have the whole 100% and not have budget for it, you are going to just spend it on things that at the end of the day you'll not be able to account for, which is really not good. And that is how you stay broke if you don't fix it on time. To give a little recap, how you stop being broke and how to fix it is to stop keeping up with the chances. That's the first thing I talked about. The second is to pay yourself first. Even if it is 10%, pay yourself first. Take that 10% out of your salary, save it or invest it first. The third thing is to have an emergency plan. Have an emergency fund. Like, before life humbles you, you need to have an emergency fund. Don't let life humble you. Do not be part of those that will have to end up borrowing urgent 2K. Like, let that not be you in 2025. The fourth one I talked about is understanding the difference between good debts and bad debts. Do not ever get into bad debts. Like, if it's not going to make money for you eventually, it's not good debt at all. And the fifth one is to make good plan for your money. You need to be in control of your money and not let money be in control of you. And that is how you fix your life and stop being always broke. So if you have made this far, let me know in the comment section. So what is one money mistake that you've made that you're actively fixing? I think for me is getting into bad debts. Yeah, like I said, I can totally relate.